name is Carlos, and in this video I'm going to show you how to send renders to RenderBoss from a Mac. And the only caveat, by the way, is there's not yet a full version of RenderBoss on the Mac, but you can send renders that you worked on a Mac into a Windows machine or a bundle of Windows machines if you have a network of a little farm. So let's bring up, this is RenderBoss, just version 1.05.13, so make sure that you're using at least that version. Let's bring the Mac, and this Mac is on the network. It's just logging in remotely. Alright, so, well, the extension is already installed, and I'm not going to go into details of how to install the extension, but there should be a link in the description of this video where it will tell you how to do it. So the first thing I'm going to do is, I already did this, but I'm going to show you. So the location I'm going to use for my work folder, they just have to match, of course. So it's KPR7 projects _ RenderBoss. So I'm going to make sure it matches on the Mac. And so I'm going to go to KPR7, which is the machine I'm using, projects _ RenderBoss. All right, so I'm going to set that. And because there's not a full-fledged version of the Mac version yet, the other machines cannot see the Mac. But the Mac can actually see the machines. So if I refresh here, and then I can see all the machines that are on the network. Most of them are offline right now because I'm just going to use this one. And then I can actually target any of these machines. All right, so let's send a render. So I'm gonna move on to the file queue so you can see what's going on here, and let's go to the Mac and send to RenderBoss. You will see it appear here, and it will have an error. And this error is because no After Effects file was found, because of course the Mac uses a different format for the folders. I'm gonna pull up the info by double clicking here. That's gonna give me all the info about that render file, and as you can see, it's trying to find it on volumes, project tests, which is the location where it's stored on the Mac. But of course, that address or that path is not valid on Windows. So we just have to tell it one time where it is, and then RenderBoss will remember that place, and it will do it by itself on the following renders. So to do that, I'm gonna right click here on the render, and then I'm gonna say change AE project location, and then it's going to bring up this window, and in this window you can see here's the path, the original path. This I cannot change because it's just telling me what it was, and then I'm gonna say okay, so the new path is, and it's in KPR7 projects tests on projects. Cool. So now I'm telling it, all right, RenderBoss, this folder, no, that means this is the right folder, and I'm gonna make sure I check here because that will store it for the next time. So every time, it's gonna know, not just for this project, but basically everything that comes from that volume. You'll see the way it stores it in the dictionary. I'll show you in a bit, but for now I'm just gonna hit OK, and you see now it says pending because it found the file, and it's just gonna start to render. Beautiful. So it's rendering, great. Cool. All right. So while the renders, I will show you the info again, and you can see that now the After Effects file is not on the Mac address. Now it's just KPR7 projects. And if I go to the folder dictionary, it saves the address, but it doesn't save, let me show you the full address. So when I typed it, or when I told it it was KPR7 projects test projects, but it doesn't save the whole thing, it saves the root. And the reason for that is that this way it will be able to find any project that comes from that volume, not necessarily from this folder specifically, test projects, but it will detect, okay, but anything that you put on KPR7/projects or volumes projects. So it's gonna save the whole, just the root, and it will do a version with volumes and one without, because macOS sometimes puts volumes, sometimes it doesn't. So just save it twice and it'll figure it out. And I'm gonna stop this render just because I want to show you what happens the next time you send a render. Let's save this somewhere else in that drive, just so we can see projects, test Mac 2. So this is not gonna be on the same folder. It's gonna be like a folder off or something. So I'm gonna send it again, and this time we shouldn't need to tell it where the folder is. It'll just find, and oh, there it is. Cool, and found it. So, and of course, if I go to the info again, you know, it tells, oh yeah, this is where I found it. Cool, and the outputs as well. Cool. All right, and that's it for this video. Let me know if you have any questions. Just, you know, make sure you can contact me here via this button, and I'll reply to your emails. Other than that, I'll see you in the next video. Have fun.